The Bible states, according to Proverbs 16 and 31, in the Amplified Version, that the silver haired head is a crown of splendor and glory. It is found in the way of righteousness. We are delighted to present to you stories from none other than James Andrew Brown Sr. and Ruby Kate Sims Brown, having been married 80 long years. They are 97 years and 99 years old, respectively. God has been faithful, and we are so very delighted to share some of their encounters that they've experienced along this journey we call life. Enjoy.
We was in school at first, and we met there. That was in 1942. I believe it was 1942. And then I went off to work at the work camp. And after that, we was writing letters to and fro to each other. And James, I don't know whether when I came home, he asked me would I marry him or what. And I said, I'm too young right now. I'm not ready or something, I said. Anyway, he says, if I ask for you, said, will you be ready to get married? I said, I don't know. I said, just think about it. So on that Sunday morning, he come and I went to church with him. And we stayed all day that Sunday and come in that Sunday evening. It was kind of late. And my grandmama said, uh, I'm gonna get you. So you know you're supposed to be home before the sun go down. And I said, oh no, don't let him ask her now. And then I thought he was gonna ask for me then, he sit down in there in the living room a little while. After a while, I guess he made up his mind and got got brave. So he walked in there and he told her, asked for me. And she said, boy, do you know that girl? That's the way she talked. And she said, then she asked him. I guess he said yes. I don't know what he said. But anyway, that was the beginning of the story. So we got married on that Monday night at my uncle's house. Oh, you got something.
We left church one.
Yeah, no, we left church going that.
Not Monday. It was Friday.
It was Sunday morning. That's okay. Put the weekend.
Uh, Church was going on. And at a church, at her, she So we took over, borrowed a car. We had an old car, we borrowed a car. And the preacher picked him up. I don't know where he going to church somewhere. And he acted funny, like he was afraid of something. Anyway, he riding the back seat of the car. Got right in the middle of the seat. He went around either side. And so we got down to the house. And it didn't last long, but a few minutes. And we asked the questions. And he headed back to church. And then went home. That was the beginning. And then, what happened after that?
At the end. Well, bloopers.
They funny. Oh
But
God. Okay. We see.
one part was mother first mama. My mother didn't approve her marriage, and then she was determined, I guess, it was going on anyway. And we got home, and she said, "Now, Lord," I got me a girl, because we didn't have any. I didn't have any sisters, and mother took her in as her daughter. She said, "I got me a girl now," and it went from there to. I worked a couple of years over the Southern States, that equipment that in Hampton. And then I was drafted into service a short while. And I couldn't wait to get back home. I didn't know how long I was going to be there, but I said, I need to be at home now. Then got word that on our first child was born. I know I had to come home then. Yeah, finally, I went before the board. I got a medical discharge. And from there to here, I mean, we had our ups and downs. The good over, I did the bad. And as the family grew, things got better. And we found work. And everything seemed to be going uphill then. So it come time for a retirement. And I had one pet, a job at 35.59. How I'm gonna leave it? Because I had it for almost 20 years. But I gave it up because it meant more to me than it would. Because I know somebody, I was leaving, somebody was gonna get it anyway, so it was hard to give up, but I finally gave it up. Trying all my attention and everything home. And trying to make a home for family. Junior was born while I was in service. And then Chris came. And
Chris was born in 47.
after Chris was Larry, Betty, and Linda, and Lisa and Randy. I don't think I'm missing any of them. I hope.
The baby girl.
The
baby girl.
Baby girl.
Lord.
The Lord.
Mm.
Lord.
Oh yeah. I said I hoping I wasn't missing any of them. The Lois. Lois was home. She was up from retirement. I went going to public work, and my mama had went to work then, so she was between my mama and me. She became a grease monkey. She worked in the shop, and we got along great. there was no pay discussed or nothing like that. So, but she got a hand out there once in a while. But I couldn't afford no salary because I was on retirement. So.
What was it like having children back then?
Well, I don't know.
Granny, what was it like?
It wasn't fun though, but it is still the oldest one with Junior, Christine, Larry, and who was the next one? Larry, Linda, Lisa, and Lois. That was 6 children.
Seven. Randy.
Seven.
Seven.
Seven. I missed one.
Randy.
Oh, Randy, yeah, that was the baby boy. So I enjoyed raising those children. And each one of them has been a joy to me, and especially the grandchildren. So I always will say, we've been together 80 long years, and I'm satisfied with the years that I've been with them, and hope there'll be maybe, I ain't gonna say many more, just a few more. That's the end of my story now. Don't you laugh at me, George.
What you call him, George?
George laughing at me. And he putting that on there. Well, all I can say that my mom and dad had 15 of us, and I'm the oldest one of all. And I'm thankful that I'm still here at 99 years. And I pray to the Lord that I've seen my children, grandchildren, and some of them are great. It's all is varied and doing well. And I pray that the Lord will continue to bless them. And my son-in-laws and my son, I love them all. Now that's the end of my story, y'all. That's enough of it. Don't let me go into the details. Don't you cut that.
Oh, see,
You cut that part out.
The race as a whole, I seemed like it was always down. Opportunities were short, and anything was trying to survive, which we did. That was a few things. Movies theater was on Wednesday night on for us, and some Saturday afternoons. But see, wasn't much going on here for black folk. But we stayed home. We have little picnics and things like that. You know, we go to school, the church. But public wasn't much going on. But yeah, that was an epidemic came. We lived through FED. Well, blame that all on black folk. But, you know, there's some of them too. We survived that. And I think most of life back then was blessings from God Almighty. Because what we had to do with what we had. And nobody saw fit to come our aid when we needed either they weren't able to, and we depended on God. And then things started improving a little bit, but that was after we on years in marriage. She taught school for a little while, and she worked on the farm with my parents for a short while, till we were able to, kind of find something to go all the way by ourselves. I was always dependent on somebody or something. And things staying out of trouble. We never done it time. I never was arrested. I never had to bail any children, grandchildren, got out of jail, trouble. If they got into it, they took care of themselves. But one blessing was we lived long enough to see each one become self-supported. We didn't have to support anybody. All of you now are on your own for support. Where we was trying to help out. The tide is turning, y'all. They helping us by doing it for us now. And that was another blessing. So we've been, during the 80 years, we have received blessing to and from different ones. My birthdays, we were recognized from city, community, church, both of ours. So we just, I don't know. All I can say, we've been blessed. We didn't have none of those knockdown, drag out, what did you call them things? We kept that in the water.
I laughed with him because we didn't have no knockout. Might have been some days that we didn't agree on things, but yet we are together, right there, and I thank the Lord for it. Because when for His goodness, I would be here today. So that's all, man. She tried to end this lady. She said she's through talking.
We our school, what is place back up over. We our school took us to Grant Park, went out there. So that after we had family and everything, we went to Grant Park. And everybody looking at us like we were funny, like we something funny. We just walking around. And finally, went up to the thing that they get a cold drink. They said, "We can't sell you here. Well, you can't sell me here. No, you can't buy nothing here." Well, we just up here, a few years back. We had the whole park. That one was on the school thing. But we were children then, you know, I mean, students. But after that, we being grown, so. Everything we got, we was them. But some of the things were my, you know, colored and white. You have a water fountain here. On that side, it would be colored. On this side, it'd be white. So you couldn't drink on this side. You had to go all the way around on that side. Wasn't many places you could eat, but you had a little back door. You could come and go all the way around the building, come a little back door, get your little hamburger, a little hot dog, and back out. So those were some of the things. So we had here in town. They were talking about every time we go up that way, she would tell folks about she would go to Buddy Field, but up in the end of his building, big space, with this little thing on the corner, right back on the end. It was on the end, you know. And Saturday afternoon, they would go there. And you'd get you. I think one time it was serving pig ears or pig feet or something like that. And colored folk was going out. They were getting them, whatever it was, feet, ears. And looked like they were enjoying it, you know. But I never did get nothing to eat there. But she did. She used to eat that with Buddy Field. She thought about Buddy Field now when she passed that. And there were other places we went. Just about everywhere we went, you know, it was always white or black, or white or colored, or something like that. And so integration came. I remember one night at work. That's how Martin Luther King. Yeah. And I had backed my truck up to the dock. Was having a crisis with Cuba. And I backed up, and there's a white boy was driving a truck out of flatbed. And they loaded me before they did him. And when I went to secure my load, he looked around, he said, "That was Martin Luther King." And everybody went around looking, trying to see what the Bible. King dead. But anything like that, my man. So we was at the motor pool where we had to check out our vehicle and everything. But then maybe flash back a little bit. I went in the morning to pick up my truck, and the dispatcher said something to me. I said, "Sir," he said, "You don't have to say that no more." He said, "That's down, so you don't have to say sir no more." And so we came first name basis. The rest of the time I was employed up there. It kind of tough when I first went there. It's a federal government installation. And you got to feel like you're nobody. But I always felt like I was somebody, whether you was or not. You know, you can believe what you want to, but I'm always feel like I'm somebody.
Mine would be talking about the Lord, praising Him, and going to church, meeting people, being friendly to one another. And my children things, I love every one of them. And that is my wisdom is to continue with the heart I have and love the children death to me part.
It's short. It's short. Short nose with tight lips. But that's about to cover it. Because being I'm a listener, I like to listen. I don't talk much, my words are short. But I try for them to be best, to help somebody along, not just to be talking.
So Alana wants to know, did y'all go to college?
No, I didn't.
The school of life.
College.
Come on, ask the question.
She has.
Granny used to teach school. That's Granny.
That's the
What school did you teach, Granny?
I thought I was in a school by myself, baby. I was in a school by myself. All the teachers declined and they left. And I had to teach first through the 7th grade. And
Did
it
you have
wasn't
a
easy.
degree?
She have a degree to teach school.
Did you have a degree to school?
Teach
school.
To teach
Did
school.
you have a degree to teach school?
Oh, no, I didn't have no degree to teach school. I was just out of high school and they was using the teachers then. And they had to get students that were not college students to teach. And I taught from January until the end of school with those children. Some was good, some was bad. Might have been, what was it, $20 a day?
$20
They
a
didn't
day.
pay us nothing for doing it all. It was just mostly helping out, keeping the children. So it wasn't a big pay. When we got paid, I guess, when I got paid at the end of the week, it probably, cause most of the parents was paying. They didn't, school didn't give us anything. I mean, from the, what they call it, superintendent, from the, well, whatever it was, I didn't get nothing out of it. But I enjoyed doing what I was doing.
Wow. What were your wages like?
My first job was part-time, 50 cents a day. And I think when I went to work for Southern State, it was $1.50. And we had a break. We had to work by permit. And your permit, when your time was up, you had to, then reapply, go back to work. So during the break, I went back with 40 cents an hour. And from then on, it I crept up to $1. And so when I went to work for civil service, I was 72 cents an hour. And when I left there, I just had got promotion from, I had to retire with $11 an hour. But I didn't drop 2 paychecks on that.
So in the Army, y'all got paid in the Army?
Yeah, they did. If you had family, your family got paid. You didn't get no. We didn't get no. I didn't get no pay. There was $11 a month, and if you had family, they would send all that money home for your family, support the family. Now we had little things on base you could do to earn Coca-Cola money, stuff like that, but there wasn't no pay. So you talk about getting rich back then, forget it. Go. There was no money for us. For us.
I worked for Atlanta at the Atlanta Army Depot until they closed down. And I left there and I went to Emory University and worked there as a maid. And I was there for about 15 years, I think, 10 or 15. And when I left there, I come back to be at home, and I went to the senior citizen place, and I worked there until I got disabled to work. And then I was put on retirement.
You worked at JCPenney Outlet too.
Oh, forgot that. Yes,
How long
I did
you worked
all the
there?
time.
How long you worked there?
Oh, I worked there, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years. So after that, I come home and I've been a housewife ever since. So that's the end of my story now.
Let them help.
Okay, they need some water break. Can we okay.
Okay, I am George Thomas. I married the baby of the family. We've been married 39 years. I've been in the family actually 49 years. I went with 10 years. But it's been good. My dad-in-law, he rides me around and pick up stuff from swap by himself. And it's been real good. And Mrs. Brown got me fat on biscuits. And it's been great all these years. I thank them. I love them. And ain't nothing they can do about it. So.
All right. My name is Jonathan Holston, and I'm married into the family as well. I married one of the daughters, Felicia, and I've been married for 39 years into this family as well. And so my first time I can remember meeting Mr. and Mrs. Brown, my first time was coming down to visit Felicia here at the house, and Mrs. Brown was in the kitchen making biscuits from scratch. I knew then I was not going to leave. Anybody could cook like she could. I was gonna stick around a while, and Mr. Brown was a mechanic, and we did a lot of traveling around. And he towed my cars a lot of times. So we've had a wonderful time in the family and working with them and just kind of being with them in such a significant way. And so they're really down to earth people. And when you are around people who are just the salt of the earth, who you could just talk to with no problem whatsoever, they feed you with their knowledge. They're just things that they say on the normal things. And it's very helpful when persons live life for such a time as they have lived and live through so much of the world. Many of the things that we experience even today, they have lived through, learned, and been a part of it. So it's significant for me to be a part of this family. And so for me to be married to one of their daughters, Felicia, I'm grateful for this opportunity. So as much as I can say to them, they say to me. And the most important part is just to enjoy the fellowship of being in this family, being able to see Mrs. Brown and to see Mr. Brown as well. I tease with them a lot of times, but most of the times they inspire me and to live life and live it to its fullest. You can't come to this household and not feel that people love and care about you. They get up every morning caring about each other, and they feed into everyone who comes into this house. And so I'm grateful. And these 39 years I've had to be in this family have been wonderful times, and I'm grateful for that. Seeing how he was a mechanic working on cars, you could see how the things that you were doing, how that made a difference. Instead of just learning concepts, you see it actually happening and working and doing things. And I was with Ms. Brown when she bought her first car. And I think you bought that car around when you was 70 years old, maybe 65, 70 years old. And to see her driving that car, and her owning that car, things of that nature, that's important. To know that people have experienced life and experienced it to its fullest. And then to see them enjoy the spoils of it, to see how they enjoy the children and how they enjoy the community, being in the church, being a part of the community, and seeing how they are received and accepted. It's important, and being in this spot on this land, it's tremendous. Mr. Brown and I have had a wonderful time out there. I used to have a garden out there. We used to tease about that garden and things of that nature. And we worked out there, and we just had a lot of fun. Miss Brown and I was the one who really did all of the work, but he helped turn it over and everything. But that was a tremendous time. We've had a lot of fun. That's the most important thing. Is that when you can walk into this household and you can laugh about some things that you've done, and you can make just talk to them. That's to me. That's important. Wasn't it, Ms. Brown? When they plowed over our beats, and we couldn't find Mr. Brown. They got out there with cars and plowed over our beats and everything.
Yeah, they got them all the beats.
All of my beats. And then the thing about, I go to the barber shop and everybody talking about his garden, and we out there. He was giving tours around his garden, and we working it. But it's the thing about it. We had so much fun.
Defend yourself.
It was important, but he did. He had a special tow bar for my car because he always come to get me on the side of the road. The Skyhawk type. He would come get me at 2:00 in the morning. I'd be on the side of the road somewhere. But it was just tremendous to be a part of family. And I think that's the thing. It's family, wouldn't you say?
Yes,
I think it's family.
exactly.
It's just experiencing each other that way.
Gotta open your mouth.
You have to open your mouth so I can hear it.
It's good to have a granny with Papa.
And what do you like most about them? Or what do
I
you
like
to do?
when they hug me and high five.
All right, you ready? Are you taping? You're taping. And what else? What else do you like?
I like when they speak because they're nice. I like them and
Look at the camera.
I like them and I love their cat. Buddy cat.
Teddy cat. Oh my goodness. All right then.
I like playing in their yard. I like Papa when he comes out.
And what about your last name?
What does Papa let you do?
He lets me play on my bike.
Look at the camera. They will say that.
What does he let you drive?
He lets me drive his scooter.
And what else?
And
Do you help cut grass?
the tractor.
And what's so special about your last name?
Brown because it's a brownie.
How did you get the name Brown? What happened?
I had it adopted.
Are you happy about it?
Yes.
Do you love your new family?
Yes.
Let's see what Granny and Pop has to say about you. Granny, what do you have to say about Alana?
Oh, she's a sweet little darling girl, and she loves me, and I loves her. And nothing she asks Granny for, Granny would try to get it. Isn't that right?
Do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Pop,
That's
what do
good.
you have to say about Alana? Pop, what do you have to say about Alana?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
Alana.
Yes.
See, audition. Oh, come here. Yeah, now. Yeah, now. See, Ma. Hey, you like being granddaddy pal?
Yeah.
Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a scooter? Good. Yeah. I got a treat for you.
Where is it?
Yeah. When you get your belt. Your belt, too.
I really got it.
Oh, so, give Papa number one. Come on. Oh, no, don't break one. Oh. Come
I
on,
was
give me
number
5.
one, she number 2.
Oh, there. Give Papa number one, pal.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yes.
All right, then.
All right, now we're gonna bring the kids in. Come on.
That's good. Give him the little bit.
Well, one thing I can share and that I'm appreciative of is the foundation that was laid for us. They taught us good work ethics, how to cook, Mom did, and how to work in the field. Daddy taught me how to drive, and I think I'm the only one that can drive everything he drove.
That's right.
But they laid a good foundation for us. And I build on it. I try to build on it each and every day. And I thank God for it.
Well, I thank God for the two of them myself. A lot me and my older sister had to endure, as well as my older brothers, that the younger ones didn't. We were given a foundation, the teachers in the schools, people in the church, and everybody knew that Mom and Daddy both worked at night. So they didn't want them having to come home at night, having to cook, having to clean, have to make sure these two little ones had the baths and everything. So I am very appreciative of the foundation they had laid, as well as the friendships and everything that they had made with people that were important in our lives. They were the main focus, but again, they had laid and put things in place so that they really didn't have to worry about too much when they did come home or get home. We had to work for one of the teachers, which I'll never forget,
It's
for
hard work.
$3 a week. And we were scrubbing floors, scrubbing $3.
$3
Scrubbing silver, having to get on our knees. That was just me and Chris. Now these two here didn't have to go through that.
I worked for Miss Hollingsworth, but then I
But then
didn't
you
last.
worked
I didn't last.
one day, that's right. I
think all of us probably had a part in the Davis Brothers crew down there when we had to work and started in the kitchen down there.
Yeah, Mr. Hammer.
So, yeah, working in the fields, Mama would always tell us she worked in the fields and she came home and had babies at night. And then 2 days later, she was back out there in the field picking cotton. So all of that gave me more of an incentive to try and do better and to follow in the footsteps that they had laid for us. Because without the two of them, none of us would be what we are today.
That's true.
And for that, I'm very thankful.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I'm grateful for my mom, my dad. So much being the youngest, like Linda said, I didn't have to really work the fields. I shared a little bit at my church a couple of weeks ago that I did so little in the fields that I never had enough to even weigh. So when it got time to weigh, and as Dad said, Mr. Hale field, they had to throw rocks on my paddock just so I have enough to get $1 for the day to pay for my food. And also being the youngest, by the time it got to me, they either didn't like my cooking or they didn't want me to cook, so nobody taught me how to cook. But I'm grateful for my mom and dad because they worked a lot. They worked really hard. There was 7 of us, and again, me being the youngest, I think the most that I missed was because my mom worked all the time. She worked 2 or 3 jobs. She left one job, went to another job, and then she went to another job. But we always had what we need. And it was the same thing with my dad. He worked, he drove trucks over the road. But his mom lived next door. So I still had that mama there for me. So when Mom got home, we was grateful to see her on Fridays because a lot of times it was Friday by the time that we saw her from working all those jobs. But they made sure we had what we needed. And I'm just grateful that they loved all of us and made sure that we loved each other. And London, like she said, her and Chris was the mama. And Lord knows I wish Chris was living so she could tell some stories how she whooped us and how she made us mine. But they also, Mom taught school. And she wanted to make sure that we had a good education. And so London and Chris had to make sure we had our work done when we got home and we did our chores and we washed the dishes and we did the stuff that needed to be done. And they made sure we was in church. Choir rehearsal, Sunday school, youth meeting, whatever was going on at that church. If they were not there to take us, they made sure. A lot of times we wrote Miss Thomas down the street or Miss Nelson, Miss Wood. Somebody picked us up. And we were there at that church for Bible study. So we had a good foundation. We had a home foundation. We had a church foundation, a Christian foundation. And then we was taught how to love one another and always be there for each other, no matter how hard it get or what come our way, that we always had to be there for one another. And I'm grateful for that. And even as watching them grow, they went through some things. And so a lot of times people look at life and because it looks good on the outside, there were struggles, but they worked through those struggles. And a lot of times they didn't want us to see it, but they worked through that and allowed us to know that you can go through anything. And for them to be together for 80 years is a blessing in itself. So the valleys in Wynn, it was a mountain top experience that allowed them to come out and say, hey, y'all, we made it. We made it through this and we're going to make it through life. And so here we are today. I'm 64 and I'm the baby. And I thank God that they're 80 years strong in their marriage, 99 years strong in life, 97 years, and we are still here to tell the story.
Amen.
Thank you.
Who got the most whippings?
Guess who?
Everybody point to the left. Point to the left.
But Scottie, there's a reason behind it. He'll get to it just a minute. But there's a reason behind this since he has 2,000 most whippings. Felisa was one that liked to talk back.
Yeah, go on.
Now, Granny would not take that at all.
Yeah.
Granny was here today, she would tell you the same thing. And then she didn't like Felisa too much.
Because I look like my granddaddy.
Right.
And after you get a whip,
You can tell
looking like your granddaddy.
But then too, if only she had kept her mouth.
Now you look like you did it.
If she had only kept her mouth, she would have gotten half the whoopings that she got. Now I can recall a time too when her finger got broke.
You did.
She didn't mention that. But her finger got broken. I think Chris.
You
there's
did.
no telling what
You
Chris
did.
to her.
No, Linda did.
They were their arm. They were their arm.
Linda pushed me on the fireplace in that spot.
They were crib.
No, Linda pushed me on that
The spot
fireplace.
gone. Uncle Rennie need to tell his story.
Okay. Let's see. Randy knows. Let's go, Randy.
Come on, tell the story.
Tell your story.
Well, I'm the baby boy. And along with my parents, I had to help raise my sister.
Did it do it, Mama?
It was a challenge, but my parents, we did a good job, so we got
And
it
we
all
still
right.
working on it though.
That's right, we still working on it. But as was mentioned though, yeah, we are proud of our parents. They did, give us a good upbringing. And with the males, we had to depend on our father because he had us out in the yard, cutting grass, and I had a pet pig. Well, I had 2 or 3 pigs. But they always would kill my pig though, come winter time.
That sounds amazing. What about Chris?
But also with yard work, I had to cut grass, I had to work in the garden, so a good foundation there. My father mechanic, so I used to have to wash up the tools and hold the light, turn bolts. I learned the metric, different wrench sizes, and also how to save money and work on my own vehicle. And also he helped me to appreciate vehicles, so I have to give credit to my father for that. But my mom always a nurturer and making sure, we was taking care of, had good food, good night's rest, and good place to sleep. Also, always looking out for our well-being. So because of that, we all have grown up to be good children, good adults. We have raised children and have our children, grandchildren, extended family, many cousins. But again, we're all raised up with love as the foundation. And so they have been there for retirements, marriages, adoptions, birthplaces, and as well as times we get together, whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, it doesn't matter, but we always come together. And even today, this is a special occasion. As we've been celebrating 80, so we know a lot of people have been wishing them well, and as children, we definitely, proud and to be part of the offspring. But I think that's about all I have to say, but I'm going to keep working on my sisters here. We're going to still got some more years to make.
So you have brought up being the only son still living. Tell us about that, dealing with your sisters.
It's been an experience. But I do understand what my father go through sometimes being a sole male. He's outnumbered. If you look around today, see he's real outnumbered. So I have to look out for him, make sure. And even too, he allowed me to drive his truck, but he has to be in now. So we have to have an agreement.
He lets me drive the truck too now.
But why didn't you buy a Ford truck?
Because I wanted a shoelace.
Well,
but yeah, we're able to laugh and share and just think about, reflect on those memories. But there are many. We should open up our picture album or scrapbooks. But they all have been good times. I know it's been some bad, but the good outweigh the bad.
Yes, it is.
So I want to piggyback off of what Scottie asked, the discipline. Everybody pointed that way. What about you?
I was a good child.
You were good. So you didn't get discipline like she did.
Well, see, with that, once we saw how she was acting and what she got, we backed up.
Oh wow.
Well, we closed our mouth and just, if we want to say something, we just tucked it on our feet and went on about our business. But see, she was gonna say whatever it was, if it got right there, it was coming. It wasn't no backing up. And she would tell Granny, you don't like me. You don't like me because I love my granddad. Beat me. So Granny went in. She went in and we backed up.
So she saved y'all from the pot.
Yeah, she saved us.
Now, Granny loved Lois. Lois was Granny's child.
Yes, I
bottom
was.
line.
Yes,
Lois
I
couldn't
was.
do any wrong. The rest of us could be out there in the rain, dripping wet. Lois could be out there in the rain, but Lois wasn't going to get wet. She wasn't going to get fussed at when she got in the house because it was our fault. The rain was falling.
Yeah, and I was the baby. And I was my daddy child.
But picking back on that, Papa loved to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, around the first of the month, I mean, he would take the
Come
check, and sometimes he'd go to the bank, bring it home. Most of the time he didn't. And so Granny would get upset with him because of what he did and how he did. And so whenever she had an opportunity to discipline me or whoop me, she would take that out on me.
Not
because
all.
I looked so much like him.
She did. She looked like him.
And she would tell me why she beat me. She did.
He would take the baby out of the garden too. He'd just take his check and he'd go across the field with a big old quote sack full of stuff and come back with nothing. But I wanted to pick about what Randy said about working on cars. See, I was a little greasy monkey too. And somebody would call Dad and say, hey, my car broke down. And before Mom could say, Jane, don't take that gun with you. I was already in the truck. We was already on our way to go and fix somebody's car. And so I learned a little bit. Not as gifted as Randy with working on cars and stuff, but growing up, I could hand him a wrench and I could hold a light. And so I'm grateful for that. I can check my oil, and I can put something in there if I need to. And I can listen for the clicks, but it was a joy. And some of the stories won't ever be told. We'll take them with us. But it was a joy growing up and just having them for parents.
With her being the grease monkey, I was the kitchen monkey. I had to learn to cook. So just about, I can cook just about as well as Mama cooked. Used to cook.
Yeah.
I
She said used to, Mama. Yeah, she said used to cook.
But I was the kitchen person.
Yeah.
I was the kitchen person. Chris was the cleaning person. Felisa was dipping in between this and that.
But I mean, I had to go out there and hold lights and hand this to. I learned a Phillips screwdriver, flathead screwdriver. I mean, all that stuff. The sizes of wrenches and all that kind of
Did
stuff.
she work on the sky hole?
No.
She didn't know them too.
Tell them why you didn't know. Tell them what happened with Crip.
The pig.
Tell them so you right.
You talking about your
Now, that was
pig?
a whole hog that we wouldn't eat. None of us would eat. None of that meat came from Crip. And Crip had been the pet pig. Nobody, they took the pig and got him slaughtered, everything. Every bit of that meat ruined just about.
Wow.
Even the meat they had put up in the, we wouldn't need to cook
He
pig because he was
out.
our pet.
When he got out, it got hit. So he had a bad leg, too. And then we nursed him back, but we were trying to kill him. And now we don't want none of
He
that.
could talk. He could talk, too.
Yeah, he was smart. That was back when Arnold was on Green
Now, what about the dog?
Well, we had a lot of dogs.
Sooners, they were not dogs. Sooners.
And that's what they named them. Sooner.
But do you remember the dog, the black and white dog Daddy had?
Like last.
The dog wouldn't even stand up
Right.
to eat. He would lay down to eat. He was so lazy. All he would do was eat.
That dog was old.
Was that Ralph?
He was old.
No, you got him as a puppy, Dan.
Was that Ralph?
That Aladdin, he was
Aladdin.
Aladdin in the time we had Butcher.
But
Which was that black and white.
yeah, look up. That was the lazy one.
And it was a time they wouldn't eat eggs either because Chris married a guy and he had chickens. And so once they saw the eggs laid, London and Chris quit eating eggs. And it took them a while, but they started back. They eating eggs. And so Mom liked to bake too. And so I learned how to bake. Kind of taught myself. And Felisa bakes a lot too. London cook. We all cook. But she thinks she mama. So she won't treat out, but we all can cook now. And Felisa and I, we do a lot of baking.
He can cook.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can keep from being hungry.
Yeah. So we learned a lot from the both of them in the garage and in the house, and just how to be good people, just how to love people and do to others as you would have them to do unto you.
So in the final moments, Grandma and Granddaddy, can y'all just share what it's like with now you're living for? What it's like and anything for them or whatever, because I'm pretty sure time about to run out. Or going to run out.
You got 22.
Y'all want to share anything?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would like to say that out of the 3 girls and 1 son that's living in Expansion, they all are very dear to me and James, and I love them very much. And some of them ask me sometime, Mama, am I your favorite? I say, all of y'all my favorite.
I'm your favorite.
Because I love each one of you. And I'm gonna do that until death do our part, we part. So I'm not gonna say too much more because I done had enough to say.
You don't have enough.
Yeah.
Oh, she been talking. Pop.
Tell him about that boy.
Talking about that good.
Yeah.
That boy.
And that wire ain't got here yet.
I can't find words.
You ain't got no words for that boy.
For that boy.
Tell about that truth. Tell
But,
about that truth.
They're part of the clan. So I got to love them just like we love the rest of them. But they get out of hand once in a while.
Who gets out of hand?
Yeah, who?
Yeah, you might want to call some
That
names.
That boy, and that girl. But
Which girl? You got 3.
they come back together.
Which girl?
They come back together.
Yeah, that one. Make sure you specify.
Lord, all I do is try to do my best, and they good.
That good.
Thank you.
As long as we know when to say that good, we know what we talking about.
Did y'all say how old y'all?
When them 2 started, I only stopped a while back calling them their name. They said, that boy.
But one thing you can say about them, whenever you said I need whatever, they
right
go
now.
and they break their neck getting it.
Yeah, they're right.
I mean, so we all will, but he
Yeah.
will tell them, and they will break their neck getting it.
Yeah.
I will attest to that.
And we could be sitting there with him and he won't say a word.
He won't tell us, but
And
he'll
as
tell
soon as we
them.
leave, he'll call Randy call Lisa, and they think you know UPS or Amazon or somebody running. But he won't tell it.
And Mama's the same way with food or whatever. If she's running low or needs something in the kitchen, she'll call for Lisa, and we see Publix or whoever coming up out here with a delivery. When she could have just told us, and we right
Yeah, because
within hollering distance. Right?
sometimes Lisa be hundreds of miles away. But we get it. We still bring
And I
that
thank
thing.
the Lord for y'all of y'all.
Yeah, man.
That's right here.
We
It's a support system.
Everyone, if I
Yeah,
call
we
them.
can't do it without each
So
other. So.
we're fine. We love and gonna love each other to death.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Granny, Pops wanted to do something for you. He had him delivered. Then you gotta give him a kiss.
How pretty.
A little
Anniversary. All right.
Go get it.
Sit that floor down.
Sit it right down in the floor.
Ooh, look at that.
Anniversary. All right.
Oh, he did really
80
good.
years. 80 years.
Then you gotta give her a kiss. Your jaw gonna stay on.
Go.
Go ahead. Look around.
Over there.
Look, a lot of red.
Come on.
I let
Reach
Get
on.
that- get a little
on.
closer. There you
Yeah,
go.
come on. Wait a minute, Scotty. Do it again. Scotty, get a picture. Do it
You
again.
got it? Let me
Reach
see
over.
it.
Come on, Scotty, get a picture.
Let me
Reach
see
over
it.
again.
Come on.
Reach
Oh,
over.
send me a picture.
Come on, look for y'all.
Oh.
Ain't no church tomorrow. Church is out tomorrow.
Mama got him some sugar.
Oh, some beautiful flowers, boots.
thank you, baby.
Baby. You are baby.
Look at Mama smiling.
And then,
Mark was like,
that's it, Mama. You still got your jaw there.
Get a camera, get a picture.
That is too
Mark
much.
tonight.
Y'all gonna sleep real good.
Ain't it, baby?
I'm not calling till 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Don't call.
Toodles need to come get in the picture. Tell Toodles
I'm
to
good.
come on.
If I need it, I will.
I'm the favorite.
Come on, you ain't Tony, come on.
Tony, come on, get in the picture.
Tony, come on.
All y'all get over there and get in the picture.
Jonathan and George. Get George.
I'm the child that wasn't birthed.
Get George.
Ain't it?
That's where you been.
Child that wasn't birthed.
You went to get something to eat.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jonathan. You and George, come on, get in the picture.
Oh, those beautiful verses. Oh my gosh.
I know. He got
Randy, you getting back in?
I know what she's saying. Did she give him a smack? Oh, she gave him a smack.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna have another baby tonight, ain't you?
No, you better
You ain't gonna have another baby tonight.
Sarah.
Hey, Ram, is that right? Come on.
Will you better see Randy?
Can y'all move that chair and pull some people over that way?
Hey, Bishop over there.
Oh, I'll move it here.
And try to get as tight as you can.
I can kneel if that can help. Will that work? I'm kneeling here.
Yeah.
You may have to get in front of the flowers.
I'm like, pass out.
Here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold that for me. One more. Here we go. I got him.
Go too low.
Okay.
Good.
That was good.
All right.
You make sure you look
I'll
at
put
his
the
pictures
chairs back in
and
place.
see who look like who. That's Papa right there.
They been arguing.
That's my. What about Granny?
All right, Scottie.
Thank you.
That's it.
So we'll go turn over something.
So it's recording right now.
All right, so maybe we probably should have maybe established like cadence before you hit record to make sure.
It's all edible. I just want to
Oh, it is? Okay, perfect. So we'll go with Brittany, Carlton, Cam, Tracy, April. We'll go with Corey. We'll go then with, and then hopefully by then Pinto will be where he is. Leah after Pinto. Then that will be Polly. Me. Oh, yeah, I got April. Okay, awesome. Got Brittany. Did I get Brittany? Yes, Brittany and Carlton. Yeah, they're going first. Okay, so let's just go with that, and then as long as it's editable, that's great. So we will start with Brittany because she is our baby. No, is Larry and Leah our babies? I don't know. It don't matter.
I'm the
We
baby.
start with. That's right. We start with BG. Okay, look at Tracy. Yeah, go BG. Go BG. Go BG.
And before we get started, I'm putting my cell phone on silent so I won't hear any background noise. I too am gonna go on mute, but just remember, you're talking about your favorite memory. You know, you're sharing something sentimental, the value impact that your grandparents had on you. You know, just speak from your heart. Once again, this is your legacy. This is Brown legacy, and just talk about it. No script. If you have to pause or something, or you feel like you messed up, it's okay. Just get yourself together and just flow right back into it. All right, it's on you, Brittany.
Okay. So, I don't have big memories of both of them, but what I would say is that whenever I needed granddad, he would always be there to pick me up from school. No questions asked. He would always take me to gymnastics practice every day after school. If I needed some random food, it's crazy to think about it now. Going to the gas station, getting 25-cent drinks. He would always be there to stop and get me something, whatever I needed, and make sure I made it home safely each day. With grandma, she was always just a listening voice for me. She had her hanging chandelier car that she would pick me up from school as well. So those are some of the biggest memories that I have with them. But now, just being in the kitchen, making sweet potato pies, just picking up whatever we need, delivering, I guess, furniture, getting the cars, trucks, just being available. And even now, even when I'm at the hospital and I need someone to talk to, I often call grandma and tell her what's going on outside of work. Like, oh my gosh, grandma, there's somebody outside that's running down the street kind of crazy. You can't believe what I'm watching right now. She said, oh my God, girl, tell me what's going on. And it's just kind of crazy just to, pick up the phone and just give her a ring. But it's amazing and great to have grandparents that are 90 plus in age, and you're able to still talk to them each and every day, tell stories, and their minds are great and good, and they can always just be there and talk to you each and every day. So I'm thankful and grateful that we're still here and present and able to have them in our lives today. Are we passing it? Who's next?
Casey is next.
Kate, I think he wants to skip.
Oh, okay. All right. So then we'll go to Kim.
Before we go to Kim, tell Leah to put her phone on mute.
Oh, okay. And I'm glad Leah made it on camera. So, okay, Kim. Well, I guess Leah would technically be next. So, Leah, you can go ahead. Go ahead.
Grandmama and granddad have impacted my life so much. From the times we used to go stay at grandmama and granddaddy house. All of us sleeping and laying on the sofa. I really enjoy her biscuits. Um, just the gratitude, the generational wealth that we have seen so much. I never take for granted when it comes to my grandparents. Still trying, they're living, and we're just still able to talk to them every day. Um, Before I finish, I just want to tell them I love them, and just to see them still living, it amazes me. And I'm finished.
Kim
Okay.
and Alana.
I wanted to make sure it was my time to go.
Yes.
So I'm Kim. I always like to say I'm the youngest child. I know Tony and Tracy and Corey, Carlton, they might beg a differ, but I think I was the favoritist, that's a new word, grandchild out there. I spent a lot of my time growing up in the home with them. So of course I was shown some kind of I was their favorite. Carlton, Tracy, Corey, Tony, they all got in trouble, but I was the favorite. One word that came to mind, I tried to think or tried to write something now, but I just couldn't. But one word that came to mind as I started thinking was determination. Grandma and I, we have talked several days, several nights. We've cried, we've laughed, but hearing some of the stories that she went through growing up, marrying my granddaddy, having kids, some of the things that they experienced, she never lost faith. She was determined to raise her kids, assist her kids in raising their kids, and then assist their kids in raising their kids. Um, it hasn't been an easy journey for me adopting Alana, but one thing for sure, Grandma stayed my constant. She was there encouraging me throughout the whole ordeal. Whatever I needed, she was there. If she couldn't provide it, she made a way to make sure I had whatever I needed. Now, Pops, on the other hand, they say I'm too much like him, and I kind of agree, but he's my undercover road dog. I like to call him the quiet storm. Um, he means business. He will not let anything happen to his grandkids. Small, big, little, whatever, he's gonna come to their rescue.
And I just greatly appreciate that about him. When Mama said no, James Brown came to the rescue. Everybody else in 1996 had a cell phone except Kim. He found out Linda Brown wouldn't get Kim's cell phone. Guess what? He picked us up from school, took me over there to Verizon, got my cell phone, my very first cell phone, and he didn't care what my mom said. But he just wanted what was best for his kids, grandkids, great grandkids. And I just love to see how much joy Alana brings to him. Um, like I said, they were my backbone throughout the whole process. So I'm truly grateful. Like Leah said, I'm truly grateful to still have grandparents experiencing some of my most memorable life changes. I haven't gotten married yet, but I have my daughter, and I'm truly thankful for that. And they were able to witness her officially become a Brown this year. So I think that's it. Tony, Teresa, Corey, Carlton, y'all don't say anything about behavior in that, or I will have to come off mute. But I was the favorite. I was the angel child to James and Ruby Brown.
I think I go next. You're going to edit this part out. Kim was bad. That's why she was like, she was bad. She was bad, causing foolishness, but that's not why we're here today. So I'm going to reset. When I think about my grandmother, I think about joy. She is like joy incarnate. Like if you could wrap joy up, put it in a box, tie it up with a bow, that's who she would be. Like I was at home about a week ago, and we were making breakfast and dishing out that good tea. She like a good cup of tea, so she'd be like, "Let me tell you about this. What's going on in your life?" And so she was just joy to be around, love anyone who's around them, loves, like I love cooking with her. I remember being little and eating like watermelon on the side of the porch or like playing in the grass, and I just feel like their home was always safe. As Kim mentioned, I grew up in the home as well, and so all of us kind of grew up there together. And I just remember every time I go back home, it just feels safe. It feels like home. It feels like love. It feels like joy. And I think, as others have mentioned, Granddaddy will do anything for you. Like taking us to Macon to go to a summer camp. We all riding in the back of the flatbed truck. Some people got rides to school while the rest of us rode buses. I'm not calling no names. I'm just saying they would do whatever it took if we asked, and they had it within their power to do it. And so it's actually a blessing to see them at 99 and 98 in their home. Grandma still gets up, cooks breakfast. They come down to eat, and just the fellowship and the connection and the community. And I think that, like, I'm personally in Washington, D.C., but I take a piece of McDonough with me everywhere I go. And like, I feel like the person I am in the world, like the way I interact with people and how I give people things that they need and I'm kind to people. I think all that came from 168 racetrack. You know, that's like who they are. I don't know how to be any other way because that's who they were and that's who they are. And so one word I would have for grandmama is joy. And the word I would have for granddaddy is, I like Kim's word, determined. Like anything that you needed, if they felt like they could figure it out, they would figure it out. And I think that like I am just a better person for having been both their granddaughter.
Tom, great job, Adrian. Real quick.
That was beautiful. Casey, you ready? I see you
Hey,
on camera. You ready?
hey, Tony,
Yes.
real quick. I guess because I don't have the real version, it said my meeting gonna end in 10 minutes. So let's see how much we can get. If I have to start another link,
Oh Jesus. Okay. We'll accelerate. Okay. So you don't have to you didn't get the upgraded version. Okay, Casey, hit it. Hey, Casey.
So I think we have the best grandparents in the world, and I think we all can agree upon that. And they've always made a welcoming home and environment for us, our guest friends, and anyone that came around. But I also want to share just a different side that we do have some grandparents that have committed a couple of criminal acts in the past. One back in the day when we were leaving the sock factory, it was like five of us in the car, and Granny was driving, and we came upon a police checkpoint, and Granny took a left because nobody had on the seatbelt, and there was no car seats in the car, and we got ran down by the police. But Granny is so sweet that that the police officer felt bad and just let us go. So she's always had that impact on everyone. And then Granddad, um, he was a hard worker, but he also had Corey and I working really, really hard. When we were growing up, we had to deliver newspapers at 5 a.m. in the morning, and then we had to go work in the fields cutting grass until like 7, 8 o'clock. But he would give us $5 we felt like we were a millionaire back then. And Corey and I would go down to the Big Chick and get us a chicken plate with all of our $5, even though Granny had cooked, and we go back and eat that too. But Granddaddy might be in trouble because I think he violated a couple of child labor laws back then, but we still love him. And he, taught us a good work ethic, and we learned a lot from him, just tinkering and doing a lot, as we grew up. And, things that we didn't know we were learning, we actually learned and kind of carried forward with all that we do now and all the skills that we have. So, we thought we were getting taken advantage of, but actually we learned a lot. So that's it.
Love it so much. Yes, 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 yes. Polly, are you ready? I know you are engaged. Are you ready to share? I saw Larry joined. Awesome. I love these stories, y'all.
Just a second. Yeah, give me just a second. I'm just walking in the house.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can do someone else, or
Okay,
go ahead and
Larry,
get
I saw
Larry.
you
Put
join.
Larry.
Larry, are you ready? Larry? Corey, are you able to join on?
If
Our
not,
producer.
Alana wants to share her 2 piece.
Okay, please let it go, Brielle, because we're on limited time. Talk loud.
Granny and Papa, they help us. They're the best. Papa always come with us. They'll do anything with us. They'll take care of us.
And you love them.
And I love them.
Amen.
Beautiful, beautiful. April, are you ready?
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
I was introduced to Granny and Pops through Kim. I remember having a conversation with Kim one day. I was in my feelings, and I was just expressing how much I missed my grandmother. I never met my grandfather, so she was like, "Well, I can share my grandma and grandpa with you." So the rest is history. When I think about Pops and Granny, I think of love and strength. Um, no matter what, they love unconditionally. And at the age of 99 and 98, they bounce back quicker than I do at 43. So anything I can do for them, I'm always willing. Again, thank you guys for sharing them with me.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm not sure if Polly, Larry, are you ready? I saw him join. Polly, are you ready? Okay, is that
Yeah, ready.
okay?
Larry
Go
said
ahead.
he can't hear anybody.
Oh, we can't. Okay, so let him get his stuff together. But Polly is going to go. Okay, go ahead, Polly.
Oh man, this is I didn't realize that I'd be emotional with this when you reached out to me. I've been through this already before. Um, so here we go. Grandmama and granddaddy, loving, caring, nurturing, just like angels sent by God. And I met them at the age of 9, and they accepted me into the family. I took the Brown name on then, was adopted by Randy, which is my dad. And um, on granddaddy's side of it, man, Carlton, I'm telling you, bro, whoo, boy, they work. He worked us from sun up to sundown. But at the same time, uh, the memories, and like just at the age of 9, taught me how to back a trailer. And it's very funny that I'm still implementing and doing the things that I was taught at that young age. Um, grandmama, oh man. So let's say this, granddaddy, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're awesome, amazing. Um, I remember sitting around and um, planting a garden, cutting grass, watching cars, working on cars. Um, those things have helped me along my journey as of today, and I'm very thankful for it. Grandmama, oh Lord, I can let me go back even further. So I can remember cold mornings, um, cold mornings, walking down to the house every morning, making a fire to get the house warm. Granddaddy taught me how to build a fire, just little things like that. So even today, as you wouldn't believe the people that don't know how to make a fire, but hey, they always say, "Hey, Polly knows how to do this," and how I know how to do these things is because of Granddaddy, you know. Um, and then Grandmama, such a pleasant angel. I love you. You are awesome, amazing. I have to say it again. So I can remember getting sick, and Grandmama come up there. I know this. Hey, I know each and every one of y'all gonna remember this. Grandmama come in there, and she'd take that little hands and just rub them like this. And she had this stuff, and she put it on your chest. She put it all over your face and neck, and then she come out with that big old spoon. Y'all remember that carnivore? She hit you with that, and Lord, have mercy. It was the worst tasting stuff ever. But when you change clothes like 3, 4 times. Yeah, yeah. But when you woke up that next morning, you felt 100%. My favorite meal that grandmama used to make, and y'all, hey, all of y'all mouth gonna start watering when I say that. Them biscuit with that K-Roll syrup. Oh Lord, and that fried fish just do something to you. My least favorite, I guess, I just gotta say it because I'm fun. I love to cut up them rutabagas. I ain't with them. I didn't really like them rutabagas. Everybody else liked them, but not me. But yeah, the laughing and the family time that we always laugh. We laughing about something all the time and cutting up, and it would they just always shown love. It didn't matter who, if they knew you did, or they did. Such great people, and I thank you for allowing me to be a part of the family. God bless y'all.
It's talking about that video being recorded. Oh, all right. So grandma and granddaddy has, I don't know, they had helped me through a lot of things, man. Just being a good child, always mannerable, working hard, respectful to people. Uh, just teaching me to just go on with life, and don't never give up. You know, um, I don't know. I mean, just staying happy. I love them, and just teaching me to be a hard worker and never give up.
I'm sorry, I'm so off the script, but Larry, you have to share this memory. Um, at 168, and just how cool, calm, and collected your grandparents were when you finally drove that car back in that yard that night.
Yeah, man, I they was always on me, but I mean, I know I did some things that was messed up or whatever as a child, but they never just gave up on me. They always still love me. They ain't never just get mad about things that I was doing and just wanted better for me. You know what I mean? So, it just that's a good memory that I can say. I always miss grandma biscuits. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I just want to show them that I can do better. And I always gonna love them for whatever they do. I'm glad to have them in my life.
Awesome. Thank you, Larry.
All right.
Pinto, come off mute. There you
Give
go.
me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go back in the house. I'm ready.
How unmute?
As long as we have to look at your earlobe, we good.
How unmute?
I got a beautiful earlobe. It's real beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Let's see.
I'm just glad he's not driving and trying to talk to us because I didn't want to witness no crime or witness no accident. That's
I'm
what I'm
saying
trying.
it wasn't no crime because it was hands off. You witnessed it all. You done seen me drive
We
and
would,
talk
we,
on
we,
the phone.
we would be party to witness something we didn't want to.
Right.
But I mean, to grandma and granddaddy, kind of basically what Tracy said and Kim said. The perfect word for granddaddy and even grandma, determination. One thing I can't say I learned from them is hard work, determination, and like even what Tracy said, even what Corey and Larry said, and even Carlton working in the field. I mean, I know I'm the youngest out of all y'all. I'm the youngest. I'm 25, so I'm the baby for sure. But what I can say is I do remember growing up working in the field, just the hard work, the ethics that they taught us, and just establishing those things and continuing to build on those things as I grew up, and them just putting that in me, feeding that in me, knowing like when you're around better, you see better, you do better. So I'm just appreciative of the Brown family for that aspect. Like, yeah, granddaddy taught me a lot of things that I don't know if it was for him or my grandfather that I would have learned earlier in age like that. So I'm grateful for that. Just grateful for the love. Like that's another one. Like that's a really loving family, a really loving two people right there, granddaddy and grandmama. They don't want anything bad to happen for you. If they could take the pain, they'll take it themselves over you. They just want to see us do bad. They just want to see us do good. Keep God in our faith. Keep God in our faith and our everything high, and just remember where we come from. And that's all I got to say about granddaddy and grandma. I love them. I love them for sure. But I'm finna finish packing up. So I love y'all. Just send me a text message. I'll come back for the screenshot.
Yeah, you got to come back for the screenshot, Pinto. Thank you.
Love you too.
Already.
Brown, love you. Brown, are you where you can come on camera and share?
How unmute?
Yeah, I'm about to. I can't. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Let me get to a quiet place.
Okay.
Somebody please help Larry mute.
Please, golly.
Bless his
Larry,
heart.
I'm team iPhone, so I can't do no things for Larry, but I do.
Larry, tap your
I hope he
screen.
gets his
Stop
deliverance. I hope he gets his breakthrough because he.
James and Ruben did not
Let's
teach us
tap
the
it.
music, did they?
Yeah, James can mute.
Yeah.
Hey Larry,
Uh,
Larry, I need you to mute, bro.
I can't do it.
There goes Chef Corey. All right, Chef Corey is on, and I think I bring up the real. I don't know how I ended up doing that, but okay.
All right. Good
Go,
evening,
Chef.
everyone who I haven't talked to. Yeah. So I feel Kim. I definitely have to disagree with you. I definitely feel like I'm Granny's and Granddad's favorite. Just I spent a lot of time. I know y'all. But I spent a lot of time in the wee hours of the morning. Going on the paper route. Me and Granddad have been to places. I got some of Grandma's secrets and some of Granddad's secrets that don't nobody else know. So just because they entrust me with them, and I'll forever keep them. Been a lot of places with Granddaddy. Granddaddy has impacted my life so much, just because of all the things that I do on a day-to-day basis, working on cars and being able to build and remodel and things like that. That Granddaddy, that like Carlton said, that I thought he was trying to punish us when we were small, but those things were just making us better. And I use those. I still use those things to this day. That I'll forever cherish, being up under the car with Granddaddy and, all the different mishaps that we've had and rigging things together. Me and Granddaddy just been through a lot. Granddaddy, like I said, he's entrusted me with a lot of things that he probably hadn't told anybody else. And, and I'm grateful for those things, the time spending with them. And Granny is just my heart. A lot of things that I do, I definitely, I see Granny in them, from cooking and, helping Granddaddy plow and being able to harvest the vegetables
and and help Granny cook them, and and spend time eating them. Of course, I was eating a lot more back then than I do now, but just to spend that time with them. Granddaddy. Anytime my dad would call when I was in school, I probably spent more time with Granddaddy than I did in my 11th and 12th grade year, because Granddaddy was always come pick me up from school. But he never, he never once batted an eye. He come pick me up. We would go pick up cardboard, and I have so many stories. It would take me forever to tell them, but I just, I just, they're irreplaceable. We are all blessed to have had the time with them. 90, grandma 99 and 97. It's a long time. We are really blessed. And I'm so grateful that they have impacted my life, and the legacy will definitely. I will carry it on. I will pick up the torch and continue to move forward, and continue to everything that they've taught us, to continue to carry those things.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Tony, they think they're something special because they went on a paper route. They don't understand. All of us were on the paper route. All we're doing the Sunday inserts. I learned how to throw the paper over the car. So they all think they're real special because they were on the paper route. We were the original OGs.
Tell them.
Living in Uptown Girl, throwing paper over the car. Like,
but I saw Rudolph Red Nose.
so I don't know what.
Hey, how she see Rudolph and she couldn't even see out the window? She was so.
Come on, Polly. Come on. Testify.
She sat in the middle.
When paper route.
All of us Rudolph. That's all that matters.
We know Rudolph because we all got different stories about Rudolph. So we all got some fantasies about Rudolph and the black pepper and that stuff. But listen, y'all, thank y'all so much. This has been amazing. So I'm glad I get to follow my brother. I didn't know I was going to bring up the rear, but for a long time, Polly, unfortunately, Angie is not here, but I do want to just really honor her. Angie is our oldest cousin, and then Polly was, born and birthed into our family, and we're so glad that he is a part. But for a long time, I was the oldest. I was, and so I have so many memories of my grandparents, and they will tell me silently that I'm one of their children. So all of y'all talking about the favorites, whatever, y'all can just get off somewhere with that. But I know that I am one of James and Ruby's children because I was that firstborn. My mama, was a little fresh. She had me early. So, hey, I was the firstborn child to the house. Let's be real about it. But nonetheless, I am just so grateful for my grandparents. My grandfather, and I tell him this, and I tell him this all the time, that he was the father figure that I always wanted and needed. And it was so very important to me. He co-signed on my first car that I ever had. Brand new Ford Escort, purple. Everybody called it Barney, right? Y'all knew it, but he co-signed on that so that I could have a car. Took me to college. Dropped me off at college. And was very emotional when he did so, as was I. But my grandmother is the epitome of resilience. In so many stories, when I talk to people about her, I talk about how resilient and independent she is. She's an amazing woman. And I always tell her, any opportunity that I have, I said, if I'm half the woman you are, I will be amazing. Just half. And so probably even a 4. Truthfully, I'll take a 4. I'll take less than that just to be a portion of who Ruby Kate Brown is and who James Andrew Brown has been to me. And so very grateful for this opportunity to be able to talk about their impact on my lives. We could be here all night talking about the impact that they've had on our lives, but I'm just very grateful to just talk about all the things that they've endured. They told me about, even when we went through COVID, and they said, we went through the Spanish flu. We got through it. And they've seen the evolution of cell phones. My grandfather said, We had cell phones when I was in the Army. And so just sitting and hearing their stories, they have so much wisdom and insight. And my husband is here. He did make it home and he's here. So hopefully he'll get on the screenshot. But just thinking about just even yesterday, she was so determined to buy him dinner. And I was like, Granny, we ain't about that. No, I want to buy him dinner. What did he want to eat? So she made him tell her what he wanted to eat, even though he didn't really want that. He had to accept it. But she just loves unconditionally. She has so many children that she did not birth. And she just has so much love to give. And so I'm just grateful to be a product of her legacy, her and James Brown's legacy. They're amazing. They are absolutely amazing. And you all are amazing. So I'm glad to bring up the rear with this, although it was not anticipated, but very glad to share. I know we could share so much more about them, but glad to be a part of this legacy. And so we do love you. We love you, love you, love you, love you, love you so much. James Andrew Brown Sr. and Ruby Kate Sims Brown. We love you so much. Thank you so much for all that you've instilled into us to make us who we are today. God bless you.
You done took us to church.
Man, you know, brought us back.
All 2 minutes. Amen. Half the plate.
Butt off, you know.
I put it in the comment, 2 minutes on. Who gonna sing a song, a pray or something?
We need a benediction. We had a homily. Then we need a pass the plate.
I mean, at this point, we're gonna do Sunday dinner too.
Listen, I'm about to Sunday dinner in, so we screenshot. Where the screenshot have me? So I can
crazy.
Hey, Larry, did you mute?
I don't know. I don't know.
He was quiet though.
We had a ram in the
Larry
bush.
got quiet.
Larry didn't come back.
We should have all been at the beach's new house. That we should have been.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
No.
All right, well, you hear me.
What was that? What?
What we doing? What we doing?
I'm doing a screenshot, right? Because this time.
Let's go ahead and do the screenshot. I just want that to play out.
Tony, I just text Pinto, so he should be coming back in.
Okay. And I'm asking Eddie to slide in.
Did Carlton come back? I know Brittany came back.
Is Carlton still there, BB?
We're all together.
We're all together.
Okay. Praise him. Okay.
Come on in. All right. So Eddie's gonna come in. Let's see. All right. Everybody, everybody's not on screen. Brown, are you where you can come back? I know he is working. Bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
There you go. Is Polly on? Polly still on?
Yeah, Polly ready.
Yeah, there he is. Okay.
Why are you talking like Becky? I mean,
come on.
Tony said she said she's going down that road. Is Polly here? We all here.
Come on, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, Mr. Jackson. Hey.
I know. Did Mr. Jackson want to be this
one? Hey, hostess.
Oh, hi.
I guess I need to turn around.
I like this.
Okay. You ready?
Larry, we don't need to see you. We need to see you.
He need to come a little bit closer to you, Tony.
I need to be quiet.
Oh, who does? Eddie?
There we go.
Who needs to come closer?
Eddie, Tony.
The one in there with you. Up there.
There he is. Larry, get into some light.
Yes.
What we doing?
Where's Jeff,
Oh my gosh. Larry, just go to some light and sit down.
There's Jeff. Jeff.
Right there, Larry.
What's wrong with you? They talking about that. Sit down. Hold on.
Look at yourself.
You gotta take
Get in that picture, Jeff.
5 minutes.
Y'all see
Hold
me?
on. Let me turn my light on, y'all.
It's Pinto.
I didn't get Pinto, so let's
Rizzy, what my brother do? He cooking. Bless his heart. Look at it. Rizzy, get in the camera.
Take a step back.
There you go. Okay, where Pinto? He in?
Don't worry, we're photocopying.
Okay, let's just get these, Scotty. We gotta get
Larry,
everybody right now.
All right,
What
y'all
you say?
Larry got a smile.
Countdown smile.
Hey,
He
hey
light
man,
it all up.
All right,
hey,
I'm gonna count it down. 1, 2, 3. Everybody hold that. All right, I got it.
We're done.
Awesome. Thank y'all so much for you all's cooperation tonight. I know it was,
Look,
hard
we
getting
don't
this
need
all
another
together.
sermon. We don't need
Well,
it has been highly blessed and
Okay.
I gotta say something.
Who got to say something? Who's got something to
Larry,
say?
so good.
Larry, Larry
Okay,
gotta say
Larry.
something. I gotta say something. How y'all figure out y'all the best grandchild?
don't start. Don't start. Don't
Oh,
start.
hold on, wait, cause I always be the one to get my food fixed. They don't fix y'all plates.
Oh, they feel sorry for you. They
Tracy,
feel sorry for
Tracy,
you.
Tracy,
Your name
Tree.
Hungry Jack. They your name Hungry Jack.
Hey, Tree, handle
Okay.
that. Handle your cousin.
I'm trying to get him together. He was bad. She had a soft spot for him. That's why he was always
I love y'all too.
All
I
right,
love
y'all
y'all.
stay blessed. It's so good seeing y'all all here. It really is a blessing.
Oh
And
yeah.
I will see y'all when I see y'all, okay?
All
right,
right.
good.
Y'all do good.
It's good
Hey,
seeing y'all.
I
Love
see each
y'all. Y'all
see
have a
each and
great
every one of
night.
y'all in the plan. Y'all
All
take
right.
care. God bless.
Bye.
Love y'all.
How
God
get
bless
out of
y'all.
here?
Love you too. Bye-bye. Okay. Good night.
Leah,
Good
smile.
night.
Leah, smile. Leah.
Oh, Leah smile. Okay.
How get out of here?
Leah look serious.
Y'all help me get out of here.
Just leave, Larry. You
I don't know
you
how to
can't
do it.
leave. Like, come on, bro.
I gotta close the meeting.
Hey, boy. I
Oh,
love
okay.
you, man.
All right, love y'all.
Be safe. Hey, y'all be safe. Love each and every one of y'all. Take care.
All right.